So hi students, brief discussion of the weekend syllabus. So that is the transition elements, D and F block elements also. Transition elements and inner transition elements. What is inner transition elements? Okay, transition and inner transition elements. It is the weekend syllabus. So the first one is actually characteristic properties of the transition elements. So properties. What is the properties of transition elements? Properties of transition elements. Okay. So now what are the properties of the transition elements? So now first one is what is atomic and ionic radius. What is atomic and ionic radius? Ionic radius. Okay. So now actually transition elements or D block elements are classified into three series, you know very well. So that is 3D series, 4D series, 5D series elements and 6D series. Actually from top to bottom, what is from top to bottom size, what happens increases, top to bottom size increases. So now left to right size what happens decreases. Size what happens decreases in generally. It is vertical columns. These are the horizontal rows. These are periods. These are the these are groups. These are the periods. So actually from top to bottom size increases. Okay. So now actual order is what is 3D series. 3D series is greater than 4D series is greater than what is a 5D series elements. 3D, 4D, 5D. So 5D series elements large size, 3D series elements is a small size. Actually, it is especially present in third B group. What is a third B group? So other than what is other than third B group, other than third B group, remaining all groups. Other than third B group, remaining all groups means what are from fourth A group to what is a 2B group. What is a 2B group? So order is 3D is less than 4D, 4D equal to what is a 5D. 3D is less than 4D, 4D equal to 5D. It is due to lanthanide contraction. What is a lanthanide contraction? It is a lanthanide contraction. Okay. Now, actually, in what is left to right, size what happens decreases actually. So, for example, what are first B group elements is greater than second B group actually. First group elements is greater than second B group. So first group elements copper is greater than zinc actually. It is copper is greater than zinc. Same as what is silver is greater than what is silver is greater than what is cadmium. Same as Rm is greater than what is mercury. Rm is greater than mercury. So first B group elements with large size comparatively second group elements. But the exception is second B group elements is greater than first B group elements. Second B group elements is greater than first B group elements. So now zinc is greater than copper. Cadmium is greater than silver. Mercury Hg is greater than what is R, like that. So these are the exceptions in atomic and ionic radius. What is atomic and ionic radius? Now, second characteristic property is ionization ionization potential. So minimum amount of energy is required. Removal of electron is a ionization potential actually. Ionization potential. So same as from top to bottom size increases. Okay, size what happens to increases. Size increases, ionization potential values decreases. IP values decreases. So now with respect to periods from left to right. So generally size what happens so decreases. Size decreases, ionization potential values increases. Generally ionization potential is inversely proportional to what is the size. Ionization potential is inversely proportional to what is the size. So now IP values are generally 3D, 4D, 5D. So with respect to third B group is 3D is greater than 4D is greater than what is a 5D series elements. 3D, 4D, 5D. So other groups, okay, other than what is the other than third B group, third B. So now actually 3D is greater than 4D equal to what is a 5D. What is a 5D? IP values. So it is a size inversely proportional to ionization potential. These are less than that the symbol is greater than. What is a greater than? So now it is atomic and ionic radius and ionization potential values. If the positive charge increases, actually transition metals, what are transition metals? Actually transition metal is denoted with M. Generally if lose of one electron to get M plus, what is M plus? M plus lose of another electron, okay, another electron to get M plus 2. If the positive charge increases, what is the positive charge increases? Nuclear charge increases. Nuclear charge increases, size decreases. Size decreases, ionization potential values are decreases. IP value decreases. So generally, ionization potential 1 is less than ionization potential 2 is less than ionization potential 3 is less than what is so on like that. Charge, positive charge increases, IP values what happens decreases. IP values decreases. Okay, it is. So next one is third one. Actually, transition elements are extremely hard. Okay, transition elements. Okay, these are the extremely hard metals. These are the hard metals because its molecular weights are more. So these are the extremely hard. Next, molecular weights are more than transition elements with high boiling points and melting points. What is the high boiling points and high melting points? High boiling and high melting points. Okay. So now, generally transition elements are what is metals. Generally, these are the metals, metallic nature. So metals means the tendency of lose of electrons. Tendency of what is lose of electrons. Okay. So these are the simple properties of transition elements. So now next property is, it is actually transition metals exhibit variable oxidation numbers. What are next property is, what is variable oxidation numbers. variable oxidation numbers. Variable oxidation numbers. Okay. So now variable oxidation number means as the same element, what is it, as the same element exhibit more than one oxidation numbers. What is more than one oxidation numbers? So for example, scandium. What is a scandium? So scandium only exhibit the one oxidation number, that is +3 oxidation number. So scandium not show the variable oxidation numbers like that. For example, scandium, titanium. Titanium exhibit +2, +3, +4 oxidation numbers. Vanadium +2, +3, +4, +5 oxidation numbers. Manganese, for example, manganese exhibit, okay, manganese exhibit +2, +3, +4, +5, +6, and +7 oxidation numbers by the manganese. Manganese with +7 is the highest oxidation number. Highest oxidation number. So for example, MnO2. In MnO2, what is the oxidation number of manganese? It is the +4. So for example, MnO4 minus, MnO4 minus. What is the oxidation number of manganese? It is the +7. What is a +7? For example, Mn2O3. What is the oxidation number of manganese? It is the +3. So as the same element exhibit more than one oxidation numbers is called variable oxidation number. Why transition elements exhibit variable oxidation number? Due to variable valencies. What is it? It is due to variable. It is due to variable valencies. What is a valencies? D1, D2, D3, so on, D10. Okay, like that. So for example, iron. So iron exhibit two types of oxidation numbers, +2 and what is a +3. So +2 is the ferrous, +3 is the ferric. +2 is ferrous, +3 is a ferric, like that. So now actually in total periodic table, highest oxidation number shown by what is a ruthenium. Ruthenium tetroxide, it is a +8. Osmium tetroxide, it is also +8. Xenon tetroxide, it is also oxidation numbers are +8. It is the first highest oxidation numbers. Second highest oxidation number shown by manganese in potassium permanganate, KMnO4. Okay, so now next one is magnetic property of the transition elements, magnetic nature or magnetic property. So now seventh one is magnetic nature. Magnetic nature of the transition elements. Actually, magnetic property mainly classified into how many types? Three types mainly. One is diamagnetic substances. Second one is paramagnetic substances. Third one is ferromagnetic substances. Okay. Actually, if the magnetic nature increases, paramagnetic converted into ferromagnetic substances. So now best example of the ferromagnetic substances are ferrous, cobalt, what is a nickel? Ferrous, cobalt, nickel. So now the transition metal with no unpaired of electrons. What is no unpaired of electrons? No unpaired means all pair of electrons. So now if all paired electrons are present, it is a diamagnetic. That is a diamagnetic. So now at least one unpaired of electrons. What is at least one unpaired? At least one unpaired of electron is present. It is the paramagnetic substance. It is a paramagnetic substance. So for example, let us consider scandium plus 3. So scandium atomic number is 21. Its electronic configuration based on nearest noble gas argon 18 4s2 3d1. What is scandium is 21, argon 18 4s2 3d1. So now scandium lose of 3 electrons. So now plus 3. So now plus 3 configuration argon 18 4s0 3d0. 4s0 3d0. No unpaired of electron. So now it is the diamagnetic substance. It is a diamagnetic substance. For example, let us consider zinc. What is a zinc? Zinc atomic number 30. Electronic configuration based on nearest noble gas, that is argon 18 4s2 3d10. 4s2 3d10. So now zinc lose of 2 electrons. So its oxidation number is plus 2. Zn plus 2. So electronic configuration argon 18 4s2, it is a 3d10. It is a 4s2 3d10. So now d subshell with 5 orbitals like that. So it is 1 2 3 4 5 orbitals. So now 10 electrons. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So all pair of electrons, no unpaired of electrons. So now it is also what is a diamagnetic substance. It is a diamagnetic substance. So now for example, if any one unpaired of electron is present, so it is the what is a paramagnetic substances. So now for example, what is a scandium? Scandium atomic number is 21. So its configuration is argon 18. It is 4s2. It is a 3d1. 4s2 3d1. 4s2 3d1. So for example, not scandium, it is a vanadium. For example, scandium, vanadium. 4s2 3d2. Atomic number is 22. Scandium, vanadium 22. So now it loses 2 electrons. So then vanadium plus 2 configuration is argon 18 4s0 3d2. What is 4s0 3d2? So now 4s is empty orbital. Now it is the 3d orbital. It is a 3d. Okay. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. So now 3d2 means it is 1, it is 2. So it consists of how many unpaired of electrons? 2 unpaired of electrons. So then n equal to 2. So it is the paramagnetic substance. So now based on the unpaired of electrons to calculate the spin magnetic momentum. So now spin magnetic momentum us equal to under root of n into n plus 2 bm. N into n plus 2, what is a bm? Wherein n equal to number of unpaired electrons. Number of unpaired electrons. What is the number of unpaired electrons? So for example, calculate the spin magnetic momentum of vanadium plus 2. So how many unpaired electrons are present? 2. So then wherein n equal to 2, so then mu s equal to under root of 2 into 2 plus 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 into 2, 6. Okay, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 into 2, 6. Mu s equal to root 6. What is root 6? So for example, Root 9 is present, it is root 9 is 3. Root 4 is present, it is 2, but it is root 6. So nearly, what is how much? 2.4 something. Okay. So now 2.18. So BM means what is Bohr magneton units. What are Bohr magneton units? So it is the magnetic property and the variable oxidation numbers of what is transition elements. So next property is seventh property is catalytic nature. It is a catalytic nature. So what is the function of catalyst in the reactions? Catalyst increases the rate of reaction and also decreases the activation energy. What is activation energy? Now best example is manufacture of ammonia by Haber's process. Haber's process. So it is the ammonia. In this process, iron Fe act as a catalyst, molybdenum act as a promoter. So what is the function of promoter? Promoter increases the activity of catalyst. Now for example, manufacture of sulfur trioxide SO2 plus O2 equilibrium 2SO3. It is the manufacture of sulfur trioxide by contact process. In this process V2O5, it is the vanadium pentoxide act as a catalyst. So next one is hydrogenation of oils. Hydrogenation of oils. Hydrogenation of oils. In this one, vegetable oils react with hydrogen in the presence of nickel. So then vegetable oil plus hydrogen in the presence of nickel catalyst. So it gives the vanaspati or it is also dalda. Okay. So many transition elements are act as a catalyst in many reactions. So next one is actually formation of complexes. What is the formation of complexes? Formation of complexes. So in complex compounds, the central metal is the transition metal. So simply it is the metal, it is the ligand and it is taken n times. So it is simple representation of complex compound. So it is the cation part. Cation means it is the positive ion. In right side it is the anion, it is the negative ion. That is a negative ion. For example, K4 FeCN taken 6, potassium hexacyanoferrate 2, wherein iron is the transition element. So for example, Ni nickel, tetracarbonyl nickel, okay, NiCO taken 4. What is NiCO? What is it taken 4? Tetracarbonyl nickel, wherein nickel is the transition element. For example, hexaquo. Hexa means 6. Hexaquo copper 2 sulfate. So wherein copper also transition element. So now transition elements show the interstitial compounds also. Interstitial compounds are, these are the non-stoichiometric compounds. What are non-stoichiometric compounds? So now transition elements are the form the allies also. What is a ally formation? Now what are allies? So it is the mixture of metal and metal or metal with non-metal. So simply brass is the ally of copper plus what is a zinc. Bronze is the ally of what is a copper plus what is a tin. Copper plus a tin. German silver. Okay, German silver also. What is a German German silver. So it is also Li. But German silver not contains, does not contains, does not contains silver. So there is no silver is present in German silver. Okay, it is a composition of copper, tin, and zinc. Bell metals. What is a bell metals? These are all the duralumin. These are all the allies of the transition elements. So now these are the properties of transition elements. So next one is compounds of transition elements. Compounds. What is a compounds of transition elements? What is the compounds of transition elements? Actually, mainly compounds of transition elements are oxides. What are oxides? Okay, oxides. Generally, what are transition metals are denoted with M. What is the transition metals are denoted with M. So transition metals react with oxygen. It gives corresponding oxides. What is the corresponding oxides? Especially what is third B group or 3D series, especially what is 3D series, 3D series metals react with oxygen. It gives MO type of monoxides. What is MO type of monoxides? Except scandium. What is except scandium? Remaining all 3D series elements react with oxygen. It gives MO type of oxides. Generally, if the oxidation number of the oxides increases, ionic nature what happens increases. Oxidation number of the oxides increases, ionic nature is decreases. So actually the obtained MO type of oxides are ionic and basic in nature. These are the ionic and basic in nature. Ionic and basic in nature. Okay. So generally oxides of the manganese Mn2O7 is the green covalent oil. So Mn2O7, it is the oxide of manganese. It is a green covalent oil. It is a green covalent. What is a green covalent oil? It is the green covalent oil. Okay. So now these oxides are maybe acidic nature, basic nature, and also what is neutral, or neutral means amphoteric in nature. What is oxides are classified into three types: acidic oxides, basic oxides, and neutral oxides. For example, basic oxides and amphoteric oxides, and acidic oxides. Okay, so now basic oxides means the oxides are hydrolysis. It gives corresponding acids. For example, MnO, manganese oxide, and Mn2O3. These three are the basic oxides. Mn3O4, Mn3O4, and MnO2 are the amphoteric in nature. Mn2O7, what is Mn2O7 is the acidic in nature. What is the acidic in nature? So for example, chromium oxide is the basic nature. So CrO3, chromic oxide, CrO3 same as CrO2. CrO2 are the amphoteric oxides. CrO3 is the, what is the CrO3? So Cr2O3, it is CrO3 is the acidic in natures. What is the acidic in natures? Okay. So now these are the oxides. So next one is oxoanions of the transition elements. Now oxoanions. So now oxoanions of the transition elements are two types. One is potassium dichromate. What is K2Cr2O7? Second one is potassium permanganate KMnO4. So these are the oxy acids of anions. Oxy acids of anions.